Good morning, class.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Good morning,
today,
Chris.
good morning. We said we will first of us look at a question on public debt. It's just a simple question. After that, we now go to the topic of today. The topic of today we are going to discuss is transcript. Transcript. I've sent the material for transcript yesterday. So before that, we look at this question on public debt. Public debt. Mind you, I still have an outstanding question on local government accounting, which we are going to solve. So, but let's look at this question on public debt first. The table below shows the data from the Debt Management Office and Central Bank of Nigeria on debt obligation and gross domestic product for the period between 2011 to 2014. We have years, external debt, we have domestic debt, which is internal debt, and we have the GDP. Required, calculate the debt ratio for the year 2011 and 2014 and comment on the results. We are asked to calculate the debt ratio for 2011 and 2014, and we should comment on the results. The question did not ask us to calculate external debt ratio or internal debt ratio. If the question asks us to calculate external debt ratio, it will be our external debt all over GDP. If the question asks us to calculate internal debt ratio, it will be our internal debt all over GDP. But the question is asking us for total debt ratio. It's asking of debt ratio. What this question means is that it's asking of total debt all over GDP. Our total debt all over GDP. What will be our total debt? External debt plus internal debt is our total debt for each of the year all over the GDP, the gross domestic product. So, looking at this question, the first thing you need to do for each of the year, you need to add your debt together. You are going to add your debt together by adding up your internal debt and external debt together. You add your debt together. How do we do that? As you can see, for 2011, our external debt is they are in billions. So our external debt is 1753.30. Why our internal debt is 1753.30. Why our external debt is 454.70. You add the two of them together to get your total debt. So by that, you are going to get a total debt of 2208. 2208 will be your total debt for 2011. Why? For 2014, your internal debt is 3228 and your external debt is 590.40. You add the two of them together to get your what? Your total debt, which is 318.40. 318.40. That would be your total debt for 2014. Your total debt for 2014. And we know the GDP for each of the year. The gross domestic product for 2011 is 18 billion 574 million. So 0.60. Why for 2014 is 24,794.20. So once we have that, we can now compute our debt ratio. We cannot do what? Compute our debt ratio. How do we get our debt ratio? For us, getting our debt ratio is our total debt all over GDP. Our total debt all over what? GDP. We get our debt ratio. Our total debt all over GDP. We get our debt ratio. So for 2011, our debt ratio is going to be 2208 divided by 18564.60. By that, you are going to get 11.8936%. For 2014, your total debt is 3818.40 divided by 24,794. So you are going to get 15.4004%. That is your debt ratio for 2011 and 2014. You can see that your debt ratio from 2011 increased. Your debt ratio from 2011 to 2014 increased from 11.8936% to 15.4004%. The update material, I've sent it to your group chat yesterday. We have the update material, the updated material have been sent to your group chat yesterday. You can check your group chat, online group chat. I've sent the updated material yesterday, so you can check.
Hello, sir. I have a question.
Yeah.
How come you got that GDP? The total.
The GDP is stated in the question.
Okay.
The GDP is stated in the question.
All right, sir.
Okay. I want to send the updated material. For those who don't have the updated material, I've sent it to the group chat already now. You can check. So if you look at the question, we were giving GDP in the question. We were giving GDP already for each of the year. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the question said, calculate debt ratio for the year 2011 and 2014 and comment on the result. The calculation of this question is 2 marks, while comment is also 2 marks. All this calculation is just a 2 marks, while the comment too is 2 marks. What do we need to comment? We need to tell the examiner that there is a growth rate for debt stock. The debt ratio, we need to tell them that the debt ratio increased from 2011 to 2014 from 11.8936% to what? 15.4004%. 15.4004%. So now, what is the causes of the increase? What is the causes of the increase? Why do we have increase in the debt ratio? What is the causes? If you look at internal debt, which is domestic debt, in 2011, it is 1753.30. But in 2014, it is 3228. That means internal debt, there is a significant increase in internal debt. That means internal debt from 2011 to 2020, the increase was almost a double of half. What we have in 2015 in England was almost a double of 2011.
Hello, sir. Your network is breaking. Oh. Your network is breaking. Oh.
Okay. The 2011 was 5.70. Why for 2014 was 590.40. Though there is increase in external debt, but the increase is not a double increase. It's not a significant increase. It's just a marginal increase. So one of the reasons why we have increase in the debt ratio from 11% to 15% was as a result of significant increase in domestic debt, which is internal debt. Significant increase in what? Domestic debt. One of the reasons why we have increase in the debt ratio from 11.8936 to 15.4004% was as a result of what? Significant increase in domestic debt. And as we all know, if domestic debt increase in a country, the result of increase in domestic debt may lead to what? Crowding out effects. Crowding out what? Effect. Crowding out effect simply means government will sideline the private investor from having access to funds from the commercial bank. You know, commercial bank, they are the ones that give internal debt. If government have increase in internal debt, which is domestic debt, it can lead to crowding out effect. What that one means is that private sector will not have access to funds. You understand? Government will sideline private sector. The fund that private sector should supposed to have access to from the financial institution will have been taken by what? By the government. So that is the comment the examiner wants us to comment. You need to first of all let them know that there is increase in the debt ratio from 11.8936% to 15.4004%. The increase may be as a result of what? Significant increase in the domestic debt. And when there is increase in domestic debt, it can lead to what? Crowding out effect, meaning government is sidelined, they are sidelining the private sector from having access to funds. That is what the examiner require us to do in this part A of the question. Part B of the question said, compute the growth rate for external debt and domestic debt over the period of 2011 to 2014 and comment on the results. Compute the growth rate of external debt and domestic debt over the period of 2011 and 2014 and comment on what? The results. The solution to this, I've sent it to your group chat yesterday. The growth rate. Now, if you want to compute the growth rates, the formula for computing growth rate is is R equals to,
N.
can we see that?
We can say it, sir.
Q brute all over accumulated debt. Q brute accumulated debt all over initial debt minus 1. Let me just share the original copy of this thing so that we understand. I'm coming. Let me share the original copy.
Accumulated debt. Oh, initial debt.
I'm coming. Let me share the original copy so that you can see the formula. Okay. We can see. In May 20. So this is the formula. R equals to N number of years. Can we also
Sir, your network is breaking, no?
This is the formula. Only the formula. R equals to N rate for debt stock. N is the number of years. P is the initial rate. Y A is the
Hello, sir. Your network is breaking, no?
Going back to this question, to this question now, for external debt, this number of years, 2014, what is the number of years cover? 2011 to 20. The number of years between 2011 to 2014 between 2011 to 2014 is so N for the P initial debt at the beginning of the period. Initial debt means at the beginning of the which year is the beginning of the period? 2011 is the beginning of the period. For external debt, what is the external debt in 2011? External debt in 2011 is 454.7. Why A stands for accumulated debt at the end of the period. What is the end of the period in this question? 2014. What is external debt in 2014? External debt in 2014 is 590.40. Going by the formula now, for you to get your growth rate for debt in 20 for external debt, you will calculate growth rate for external debt separate, growth rate for internal debt separate. For you to calculate your growth rate for external debt now, cube root of 590.40 divided by 454.7 minus 1. The 1 is not included inside the cube root. The 1 is outside the cube root. Do we understand? At the end of the day, when you do that, you will get 1.0899 minus 1. When you convert that, you will get external debt 9%. We will compute internal debt growth. We compute for his growth rate too. Compute for his growth rate, internal debt. We know that the number of years between 2011 to 2014 still remain 3 years. The P, initial debt, is 1753.30. While the A, accumulated debt at the end of the year, which is 2014, for internal debt, which is domestic debt, is 3228. So cube root of 3228 divided by 1753.3 minus 1. So at the end of the day, you are going to get what? 22%.
Hello, sir.
Growth rate for internal debt is 22%, while growth rate for external debt is 9%. You want to ask a question?
Yes, sir. On that cube root, I punched my calculator. That cube root of that's in the first one. That's 590.4 and 454.7. I punched my calculator. It was giving me different figures. It gave me 0.1603. Something like that. So
you need to know how to use cube root. You have to put second factor.
Okay.
Yes, second factor.
Okay, sir.
Cube root. Yeah. So you will do that.
All right, sir.
Yeah. So you can see that domestic debt growth rate is 22%, while external debt growth rate is 99%. One of your comments is to tell them that the growth rate of debt stock, domestic debt stock, is higher than external debt stock. What is the causes of the higher? It's as a result of increase in the external debt ratio. You need to comment. What you need to let them, the growth rate for debt, which is 22%, for external debt, 10%. The internal debt growth rate is higher than what? Domestic external debt growth rate. The reason for the effect of the reason for the increase is as a result of significant increase in the internal debt from 2011 to 2014, which may lead to what? Crowding out effect. The same point you made in point A is what you are still going to make in what? B part of the question. The same point you make in point A is what you are still going to make in B part of the question. When debt growth rate, internal debt growth rate increase, there will be crowding out effects. When debt ratio increase, you look for the causes of the increase. If it is internal debt, there will also be crowding out effects. So internal debt ratio and debt growth rate. Do we have any question? In the absence of no question, we can move to the topic of the day, which is transcript. Transcript. Do we have any question? So we can move to the topic of today, transcript. What is transcript? Transcript, first and foremost, is like a cash book prepared by government, ministry, department, agency on a monthly basis. Every unit of government agency they will maintain a transcript and they will be preparing it on a monthly basis. At the end of the month, they will submit it to the Treasury, which is the Accountant General. Accountant General will now consolidate all the transcripts together to get a final account, to get the final cash book of the government for the month. So, by definition, transcript is the summary of total payment and receipts as posted in the cash book. Transcript is the summary of total payment and receipts as posted in the cash book. Transcript can also be defined as the statement of income and expenditure on a monthly basis. It is the final account of self-accounting unit and sub-self-accounting unit. Under this topic, we are still going to explain how many types of accounting units that we have. We have 3 types of accounting units. We have self-accounting unit, sub-self-accounting unit, and non-self-accounting units. So, transcript is just a summary of receipt and payment of government as posted in the cash book on a monthly basis. Summary of receipt and payment of a government as posted in the cash book on a monthly basis. Type of transcript. Type of transcript. There are 3 types of transcript. We have cash transcript, we have supplementary transcript, and we have subsidiary transcript. There are 3 types of transcript. We have cash transcript, we have supplementary transcript, and we have subsidiary transcript. I will now explain them one by one. So, 2 minutes break. What is transcript? Cash transcript. Cash transcript is also called main transcript. It is the transcript maintained by self-accounting unit and sub-self-accounting unit. Cash transcript is the final transcript that is normally submitted to the Accountant General of the Federation on a monthly basis. Cash transcript is the final transcript that is normally submitted to the Accountant General of the Federation on a monthly basis. Subsidiary transcript. Subsidiary transcript is the one maintained by interministerial or intergovernment transaction.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Based on the cash transcript, there is a statement towards the end that is incomplete there.
Okay, what is the statement?
It is to the Accountant General of the Federation on a monthly basis.
I feel like it is submitted.
Eh?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, sir. I have a question, sir.
Okay, what is your question?
Based on the explanation, you said by self-accounting and sub-self-accounting units, but in the material, it is written sub-accounting unit.
In the material, you said, I said what?
In your explanation, you said it is used by self-accounting units, and sub-accounting unit actually. But in the material, it was written sub-accounting unit alone. So I just want to know if it is, which one is
No.
correct.
No. Transcript is prepared by self-accounting unit and sub-accounting unit. You can see the final account of self-accounting unit and sub-accounting unit.
I'm talking about number one, cash transcripts. This is called the main transcript. It's used by self-accounting and sub-accounting, but I guess it's just an omission, sir.
Yes, it is used by self-accounting unit and sub-accounting unit. It is correct.
I think, sir, what he's trying to say is in that sub-accounting unit, there's supposed to be sub-self there, but self is kind of missing.
Okay, sub-accounting unit. Yes.
Yeah.
Sub-accounting unit. Sub-accounting unit. So it's a typographical error. I will correct that. Sub-accounting unit. Number two type of transcript, supplementary transcript. Supplementary transcript. Supplementary transcript, it is used to correct error of double entry in the main transcript. Main transcript is the cash transcript. When we make a mistake in the cash transcript, the only way we can use to correct any principles of double entry error in the main transcript is by preparing what? Supplementary transcript. So supplementary transcript it is an adjustment to the main transcript. Main transcript is that cash transcript. When there is an error in that cash transcript, and the error is a double entry principles, the only way we can correct that error is by preparing what? Supplementary transcript. Why? Subsidiary transcript. Subsidiary transcript too, it is a complement to the main transcript. It is used to correct error of omission in the main transcript. When we have error of omission in that number one type of transcript, which is cash transcript, the only way we can correct the error of omission is by preparing what? Subsidiary transcript. But when we have error of principles of double entry, the only way we can prepare that, we can correct that, is by preparing supplementary transcripts. Subsidiary transcript is used to correct error of omission in the main transcript. Now, what are the documents to be attached to the transcript? If a transcript is prepared, what are those documents we need to attach to transcript? Every month, every ministry, department, agency, they will submit their transcript to the Accountant General of the Federation. They will submit their final transcript, which is the main transcript, which is the cash transcript, to the Accountant General of the Federation. If they want to submit that transcript to the Accountant General of the Federation, then we attach some documents to the transcript. What are those documents? Bank reconciliation statement. Estimate of cash and bank balances. Schedule of outstanding voucher pre-listed. Schedule of voucher pre-listed. schedule of outstanding vouchers, schedule of expenditure. All this will be attached to this transcript if you want to submit the transcript to the accountant general at the end of the month. All this will be attached to the transcript if you want to submit the transcript to the accountant general at the end of the month. How do we prepare transcript? There are some steps that we need to follow, procedure we need to follow if you want to prepare transcript. Number one is you need to obtain cash book used for the month. Your cash book used for the month, you need to obtain it. You know, transcript is just a summary of the cash book. We want to summarize that cash book used for the month is the transcript. So the each of the ministry, their own cash book for the month, you obtain them. Number two step, obtain all voucher posted into the cash book. Obtain all vouchers posted into what? The cash book. All the payment vouchers posted into the cash book. You need to get them. Number three step is to cross-check the voucher into the cash book to ensure that there is no error of omission, commission, and transposition. Is to cross-check the cash book to ensure that there is no error of omission, commission, and transposition. Number four step is to cast the cash book. Cast the cash book to ascertain arithmetic accuracy. You need to cast the cash book. Cast the cash book to ascertain arithmetic accuracy of the closing balance. You understand what casting means? Cast is to cross-check whether the total they write in the cash book tally with all the amounts. You need to recalculate them. Assuming the transaction was maybe 10 transactions, one is 1,000, another one is 3,000. You cross-check, you calculate them again, add it by yourself to ensure that the total written in the cash book tally with what you have in your calculation. Number five step is to pre-list the voucher. You break down the voucher into various heads and sub-heads. You break down the voucher into various heads and sub-heads. Number six step is to prepare a schedule for each of the heads. Assuming one head is relating to traveling and transport, you prepare a schedule for it. You look at the sub-head under traveling and transport. You prepare a schedule for each of the head and sub-head. You cast the schedule to ascertain arithmetic accuracy. The schedule you prepare for each of the head and sub-head, you cast it to ascertain arithmetic accuracy. After you have cast it and it is okay, you can now post them into analysis book under head and sub-head. Posting them into analysis book means you are posting them into the main transcript. You are posting them into the main transcript. You can now balance the transcript. You ascertain your closing balance of the transcript. Now, let's look at main part of the transcript. That transcript that we want to prepare. What are the main part of the transcript?
Hello, Mr. Idris. Good morning,
Yes.
sir. Okay,
Good
my hands
morning.
have been raised for a while. Yeah, so I have some questions. The first one is,
Okay.
yeah, you told us, you mentioned 3 transcripts. The first one is main, while we have cache or something. Yeah, but that one you said that
Supplementary, subsidiary,
okay,
cache
good.
transcript is the main transcript.
Okay,
We have
great.
supplementary transcript. We have subsidiary transcript.
Yeah, the main transcript, you said it's prepared for the accounting general or something.
Is the one submitted to, is the final transcript submitted to the Accountant General of the Federation.
Okay, good. Why? That means the other 2 are not submitted to the accountant
Yes,
general.
they used to correct. If there is an error in the main transcript, which is that cache transcript, if the error is error of principles of double entry, you have submitted to the Accountant General already. And then you now notice that this error, there is an error in that cache transcript you submitted to the Accountant General. You will prepare another transcript called supplementary transcript to correct that error in that cache transcript. That supplementary transcript, you still submit it to the Accountant General.
Okay, that is noted. Thank you. So I have another
Yes.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, for the, we have another one, supplementary, and the last one,
Subsidiary transcript.
subsidiary. He said one is for error of double entry and the other one is error of omission. Now, my
Yes.
question is, we have other errors, like you mentioned error of transposition and the other ones. If they were not checking for those ones, are they not transcripts for those, for other errors that might occur?
When there is error of transposition, what is error of transposition?
Like when a number, you interchange it or something.
That one is still part of
Double entry. Double entry.
subsidiary transcript. Do you understand?
Okay, I'm trying to understand.
Subsidiary transcript. Do you understand?
Okay, that means every other error will go along with the subsidiary transcripts. Thank you.
So let's look at part of the transcript. There are 2 parts of transcript: above the line item and below the line item. Above the line item and what? Below the line item. What are the above the line items? Above the line item, They are the item of income and expenditures which we contain in the Appropriation Act for the year. Any item that the exact amount is known at the time of budget preparation, any item that you can trace direct into the government budget is called above the line item. Any item of income and expenditure that normally contain in the approved budget is called what? Above the line item. Appropriation Act means budget. In government, we call Appropriation Act budget. So above the line item means item of income and expenditure that was stated in the budget, that was stated in the approved budget. They are item of income and expenditure in which exact amount is known at the time of budget preparation. Examples: personnel costs. In government budgets, under our recurrent expenditure, personnel costs can be known. We can see personnel costs under the current expenditure budget. Overhead costs can be traced to our recurrent expenditure budget. Tax receivable, tax revenue, we can see it under our recurrent revenue budget. All these amounts can be stated. We normally budget for it. It's normally stated in the government budget. Below the line item. What are the below the line items? They are the item of income and expenditure which are not budgeted for in the year. What we mean by that is those items of income and expenditure in which the exact amount is not known at the time of budget preparation. Below the line item, they are the item of income and expenditure in which the exact amount is not known at the time of what? Budget preparation. Example: touring advance, motor vehicle advance, housing loan, salary advance, deposit held on behalf of third parties, remittances, cash transfer. All these are above the line item.
Below the line.
Below the line item, sorry. All these are below the line item. Any item of income and expenditure that was not contained in the budget is called below the line item. Component of transcript. In our transcript, we will have receipt, we will have payments. But our transcript,
please, sir, can we say unplanned expenses are below the line item to like during that COVID-19 then that they have to spend, nobody planned for it during the year. Can we say it's below the line?
do you understand?
Can you say that again, please?
I said our transcript has two components. As you all know, transcript is a summary of cash book. You know, cash book, we have receipt and payment. Transcript too has receipt and payment. The debit of transcript is receipt. The credit of transcript is payment. Our receipt can be broken down into two: above the line receipt, below the line receipt. Our payment too can be broken down into two: above the line payment, below the line payment. Type of accounting unit. Type of accounting unit. Let's look at type of accounting unit. So please let me have 2-minute break. Sorry.
For the guy that asked the question, when he comes back, you can ask a question again. Maybe he didn't get you when you asked the question. Network was breaking.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Type of accounting unit. What are the type of accounting units that we have?
Hello, Mr. Idris, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I asked a question earlier, but it seems you did not hear. So I was not. The question goes to stores. So for these below the line payments, can we say impromptu spending or unplanned spending? Can they be categorized under this? Like, let me set an example. Like during 2019, when we had COVID-19, and we had to spend an unplanned amount of money towards that cost. Can we categorize it under?
Yes, they are unplanned spending. You did
below
not
the
plan
line?
for it in the budget. Do you understand? You did not plan for it in the budget. Housing loan. You did not plan that staff will collect housing loan. Advances. You don't plan for that. Deposit held by third parties. We don't plan for that at the time of budget. You are right. Type of accounting units. Like I said, there are 3 types of accounting units. We have self-accounting unit, sub-self-accounting unit, and non-self-accounting unit. There are 3 types of accounting units. We have self-accounting unit, sub-self-accounting unit, and non-self-accounting unit. What is self-accounting unit? Self-accounting unit is a ministry or extra-ministerial department that have control, that have a full control over its accounting record. Self-accounting unit is a ministry or a ministerial department that have a full control over his what? Accounting record. Self-accounting unit, they relate to direct to the accountant general. They have control over the accounting record. Example of self-accounting units: Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Work, Ministry of Education, All those ministries that we have in Nigeria, they are self-accounting units. In each of the ministry, they will have permanent secretary. They will have director of finance, director of finance, Ministry of Health, director of finance, Ministry of Works, director of finance, Ministry of Transport. They will have an accounting department. Each ministry have an accounting department. Ministry of Health has its own accounting department. Ministry of Work has its own accounting department. Ministry of Transport has its own accounting department. Ministry of Sports have their own accounting department. So, self-accounting units, they are ministry or extra-ministerial department that has a full control over its accounting record. They prepare their own financial statements. At the end of the day, they will submit their financial statement and their transcript to the Office of Accountant General. What are the conditions that to be fulfilled? What are the conditions that need to be fulfilled for a ministry to be a self-accounting unit? What are those conditions that will be fulfilled for a ministry to be a self-accounting unit? Number one, they must have a fully constituted internal audit unit. For a ministry to be regarded as a self-accounting unit, they must have an internal audit unit. Number two, they must have an accounting code. That ministry, they must prepare an accounting code or chart of accounts that they will be using to posting the transaction. They must have a well-equipped central pay office. They must have a well-equipped central pay office. They must have an adequate manpower for the finance and account departments. For a ministry to be a self-accounting unit, they must have manpower in their finance and account department. Means they must have a qualified accountant in their finance and account department. Another one, they must have a conducive office accommodation and other infrastructure. They must have a conducive office accommodation and what? Other infrastructure. They must have a secure vouchers room. They must have what? A secured vouchers room where they will be putting their payment vouchers. All these are the conditions that will be fulfilled for a ministry to be regarded as a self-accounting accounting unit. Advantages of self-accounting unit. Number one advantage, it increases staff motivation, because the staff, they will use their initiative. Another advantage, it increases flexibility and reduce communication problem. It facilitates the process of decision making at the unit level. It provides an avenue for the on-job training for lower level management. All these are the advantage of self-accounting unit. What are the disadvantages of self-accounting units? What are the disadvantages of self-accounting unit? Number, it could make coordination difficult, particularly when there is large number of self-accounting units. Another one, the existence of many communication lines among various units and with Treasury Department could result to information overload. Duties and services may be duplicated in the various self-accounting units. Duties and services may be duplicated in the various self-accounting units. Lack of harmony among various units may lead to suboptimality. Lack of harmony among various units may lead to suboptimality. Adequate and well-qualified manager may not be available in practice. Adequate and well-qualified manager may not be available in practice. Sub-self-accounting units. Sub-self-accounting units. Sub-self-accounting units, they perform similar function with sub-accounting units. They are just like a self-accounting unit. They have their finance department, they have secure vouchers room, they have internal audit unit, they have office accommodation, they have IT infrastructure. But when they want to submit their transcript to the Accountant General, they will attach the following additional documents. What makes sub-self accounting unit to be different from self-accounting unit. Sub-self accounting unit too, they are ministry, extra ministerial department. They have control over the accounting record. But in every month, while submitting their transcript to the accountant general, they will attach some additional documents. They cannot only submit transcript to the accountant general, they will attach some of the following additional documents. Number one, they will attach bank reconciliation statement, schedule of voucher pre-listed, original copy of cash book, duplicate copy of payment voucher, certificate of cash and bank balances. Like I said, sub-self accounting unit, they are ministry or extra ministerial departments, NMPC, FAN, MPA, NIMASA. They are sub-self accounting units. Though they have control over the accounting record, but they do not have full control. They are under some ministry, like MPA, NIMASA, they are under a ministry. FAN is under Ministry of Aviation. So they are under some ministry. NMPC is under Ministry of Petroleum. Though NMPC, they will have their own finance and account department. They will have internal audit unit. They will have secure voucher store. They will have office accommodation. They will have accounting code. They will have IT infrastructure. They have control over the accounting record. But while submitting the transcript to the accountant general, they have to attach the following document, which is bank reconciliation statement, schedule of voucher pre-listed, original copy of cash book, duplicate copy of payment voucher, certificate of cash and bank balances. So that is sub-self accounting units. Non-self accounting unit. Non-self accounting unit.
I have a question, sir.
Okay.
I have a question. Yes, sir. I was just checking through the similarities between self-accounting and self-accounting units. Number one, it says both do not forward vouchers of their units to the accountant general of the federation. I don't know if that is correct.
Both forward.
Okay, because there's not there. So
is for, we correct that.
Hello, sir.
Yes. I can hear you.
Yeah, so from the question I asked, he said both do not forward. So which means that note is a mistake.
Both do not forward vouchers of their unit to Accountant General of the Federation. This first point, please, let's delete that. I will correct that. Do you understand?
All right.
Yes, I will correct that. Self-accounting unit, they don't forward their vouchers. But sub-self forward their vouchers. If you look at the additional document, duplicate copy of what? Payment vouchers. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Self-accounting unit, they forward their vouchers. Why self-accounting unit don't forward their vouchers? Both operate central pay office. Both break down expenditures total at the end of each financial year. Both establish internal audit units. So that first point, I will try and remove that because some self-accounting units forward their vouchers. Why self-accounting unit don't forward their voucher? So this one is not a similarity for them.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. Non-self-accounting unit is a ministry or extra ministerial department that has no control over the accounting records. Any ministry or extra ministerial department that has no control over the accounting record, they are non-self-accounting units. Non-self-accounting units cannot prepare final accounts. They don't prepare transcripts. Non-self-accounting units can prepare transcripts. They cannot prepare final accounts. They cannot prepare audited accounts. They always prepare vouchers. They don't have an accounting department. They don't have a full accounting department. They don't have an internal audit unit. What would they do? They maintain their payment voucher. At the end of the month, they will submit their payment voucher to their head office. It is the head office that will prepare their transcript. So non-self-accounting units, they are the ministry or extra ministerial department that has no control over their accounting record. Example, Code of Conduct Bureau in a state, Public Compliance Commission Office in a state, National Population Commission Office in a state. They have Code of Conduct Bureau. They will have offices in every state of the federation. Their office in Lagos State cannot prepare full accounts. Their office in Ogun State cannot prepare full accounts. They cannot prepare transcript. They cannot prepare final audited accounts. All what they will be doing, they will be maintaining their payment voucher. At the end of the day, any expenses that they make, they will open a payment voucher. All the payment voucher, every month, they will send it to their head office. They may just have an account clerk that will be in charge of their payment vouchers. They will not have internal audit unit. So that is it on non-self-accounting units. Now, for the sake of time, let's look at a question. Let's look at a question. Question 1. Let's look at question 1.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Question
Okay.
1. Let's read the question 1. You are the accounting technician of Ministry of Agriculture. The following information is available in the record of the ministry for the month of December 2012. Balance brought forward as at 1st of December 2012. For bank is 300,000. For cash is 4,800. Revenue item collected during the month of December 2012 were above the line. For the above the line, we have other internal revenue, license fee, agriculture, royalty on agricultural input, water rates, we have tender fees, we have registration fee, we have rent on junior quarters, and we have rent on senior staff quarters. Below the line revenue, repayment of salary advance, repayment of spectacle advance. While payment for the month is given, above the line payment, personnel costs, transport, stationery, utilities, vehicle maintenance. Below the line payment, salary advance, spectacle advance. You are required to prepare the transcript of the ministry for the month of December 2012. You are required to prepare the transcript of the ministry for the month of December 2012. So the name of the ministry is Ministry of Agriculture. Transcript for the month of December 2012. When you want to prepare your transcript, you have head. Your heading of your transcript, you have head, subhead, description. You also have amount. You have total, and you have subtotal, and you have total. This is the main heading of your transcript. Your transcript, the heading will be number 1, head, subhead, description, amount, subtotal, and total. At the beginning of the month, we have balances at the beginning of the month. The balances brought forward at the beginning of the month is the first item we have to treat. Balance brought forward. Our balance brought forward for bank is 3 million. You put it in the total. Balance brought forward for cash is 4,800. You put it in the total. In your transcript, we will first of all treat revenue first. Under our heading, we will write revenue. All the revenue items will be treated first. How we treat revenue now to the expenditure item. Under our revenue, balance forward is part of our revenue because it is in debit balance. After that, we will now look at our above the line revenue. What is our above the line revenue? Our above the line revenue is stated. Number one is other. If you look at other internet, we have 06/1. That 06 is the head. Why 1 is the subhead? You can see that first item of the revenue and same item, they have the same head.
Your network is you're breaking, please.
What I'm saying is, your first item of above the line revenue is other internal revenue. Its head is head 06, y sub head 1. Second item is license fee. Its head is head 06, y the subhead is subhead 2. So the first item and second item, they have the same head. Let's go to the workings. The heading, you can see this is head, this is subhead. So for other internal revenue, the head is head 06, subhead 1. For license fee, the head is head 06, subhead 2. I will put two of them together in the amount. You will put them in the amount. Since we don't have any head that has 06 again, we will now total 120 and 200 together. We put it in the subtotal. Assuming we have 3 items that has a 06, we write those 3 items in the amount. At the end of the day, we will add them together. The total, we put them in the subtotal. But in this question, the items that have a 06 are 2 items: other internal revenue and license fee. We put them in the amount first. We add 2 of them together. Number 1 is other internal revenue 120, license fee 200. Summation of the 2 of them, we write them in the subtotal, which is 320. We will continue again. Royalty and water rates, they have the same head as 0707. Since they have the same head, the amount will be putted, we will first post them into the amount side. Amount side, 8,000. Water rate, 12,000. Since we don't have any head that has a 07 again, we will add two of them together. 8,000 plus 12,000, we will get 20,000. We will put them in the subtotal. 20,000 will be in subtotal. For another above the line revenue, tender fee. Tender fees has a 10 sub at 8. But for the tender fee, the 10 he has, we don't have any other above the line revenue that have a 10 again. Since tender fee is the only above the line revenue that have a 10, instead of put them in the amount, we put them direct in the subtotal. Which is 28,000. For registration fee, it has head 11 sub head 13. The only head 11 we have in this question is registration fee. We don't have any other head 11 again. Since we don't have any other head 11 again, we are going to put registration fee in the subtotal. But for rent on junior staff quota, it is at 12. Rent on senior staff quota is at 12. Since we have two at 12, we put them in the subtotal amount first before posting them in the subtotal. We post them in the amount. The amount is rent on junior staff quota 7,002, rent on senior staff quota 10,000. When we add two of them together, the summation is 17,002. We now put them in the subtotal. That is our above the line revenue. That is our above the line revenue. For our below the line revenue, they have a 2011 repayment of salary advance. 2011. We post them direct in the subtotal. Repayment of spectacle advance F at 3,000 at 30 and 11. At 3,011. Repayment of spectacle advance. We also put that one into what? Subtotal. At the end of the day, under our revenue, our subtotal, all our subtotal, starting from 320, 20,000, 28,000, 20,000, another one 17,002, 12,000, 4,000. We will add all of them together. When we add all of them together, it will give us 421,200. So this 421,200 will be posted in the total. Mind you, at the beginning, the balance brought forward is at the total. So the balance brought forward for bank and cash is going to be added to the summation of the subtotal, which is 421,200 under the total. So our total revenue is going to be 3,426,000. Our total revenue will be 3,426,000. That is our total revenue. Do we have any question, any observation, any query? Please ask question.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, my brother.
Yes, sir. So some of those above the line items, and I think one of the below the line items, either has cash and bank written in front of it. Are we not supposed to consider that, or should we just put everything just as you have explained? Why do they have to put bank, some bank and some cash? Do we need to ignore them under exam condition?
When you are doing cash book, we have in our cash book, we have bank account, we have cash account. In this our transcript, both bank and cash will be posted together. Cash transaction, bank transaction is going to be posted together. We don't need to say, we do transcript for cash separate. We want to do transcript for bank account separate. No. We prepare one transcript for both cash transaction and bank transaction. Hope your question is answered.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Expenditure side now. For the expenditure side, we will have above the line expenditure first. Above the line expenditure have to come before below the line expenditure. For the above the line expenditure, personnel cost, the head is head 24, sub head 1. Transport, head 24, sub head 2. Stationary, head 24, sub head 3. Why the other one too? Utilities, head 24, sub head 4. Vehicle maintenance, head 24, sub head 5. All the above the line expenditure, they have the same head. That is the reason why we put them in the amounts. You can see all the above the line expenditure, I posted them in the amount because they have the same head. They have the same head. That is the reason why I posted them in the amount. After posting them in the amount, I will total them. Their total is giving us 1,828,000. You put them in the subtotal. Why below the line expenditure 2011 salary advance? Put them in the post. You post it in the subtotal. 3011 spectacle advance. You post it in the subtotal. At the end of the day, you sum your subtotal. When you sum your subtotal together, you are going to get 1,850,000. That means your total expenditure is 1,850,000. Your total expenditure of 1,850,000, you minus it from your total revenue, which is 3,426,000. your total expenditure of 1,850,000, you minus it from your total revenue, use is 3,426,000. Your balance carry forward is going to be 1,576,000. Your balance carry forward will be 1,576,000. That will be your balance carry forward. That is how we prepare transcript.
So I have questions, 2 questions, sir.
Okay, you can ask.
Okay, number 1 question. Tax, payment of tax, is it under above the line expenditure?
Payment of what?
Payment of tax.
This is government. Is government paying tax? Is tax expenditure to government or revenue? Tax is a revenue to government. Payment of tax cannot be expenditure. It is a revenue, and it has to be above the line revenue, because we normally budget for tax collection when we are preparing government budget. Hope I've answered your question.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
My
I have a
second
question, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My second question, sir. This kind of question, does it come? Hello, sir. I mean, this particular one we just treated.
This
question we just treated. Yes.
I can say yes or no. Public sector accounting, PSAP, is one of the courses that have the largest syllabus in skill. If you look at the ICANN study pack of public sector accounting and finance, is the one that has the largest volume. The syllabus is very much, but the question they normally set in the exam is normally a simple question, because the syllabus is much. Public sector accounting, in terms of syllabus, is more broad than PM. It's more broad than financial reporting. In skill, is the one that has the largest syllabus. But the question they normally set is normally a simple question sometimes. So, based on my experience, I cannot say, this question will not come out in the exam. This question will come out in the exam. A question can be tested in any area of the syllabus. It's part of our syllabus. It's part of our syllabus. A question can be tested from any area of the syllabus. But based on my experience, in public sector accounting and finance, there are some topics that I don't joke with them. Every diet question on those topics normally come out. One of those topics is what? Who can tell me one of those topics that question normally come out?
Local government.
Every diet.
Local government.
Local
government accounting.
Public debt and debt management. If you go and review past questions.
Network is breaking, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir.
I said public debt and debt management. Question on it normally come out virtually every diet. Public debt. If you review past question very well, if public debt did not come out May diet, it will come out in November diet. I can normally set question on public debt and debt management. That is the number one. At least 20 mark question or 15 mark question will come out in public debt. PSAV syllabus is very broad. So we must cover at least 85% of the syllabus or 90% of the syllabus. PSAV syllabus is very broad than PM. I'm not saying PSAV is very hard. In terms of coverage, broad, PSAV is more broader than PM, than FR, though it's very simple.
Number 2, sir.
Number 2, can I mention it?
Yes, sir.
Or we should put it later. Budget and budgetary control system.
Okay, sir.
Budget and what? Budgetary control system. Budget and budgetary control system. Those questions normally come out on budget, virtually every diet. Can I mention the number 3?
You can go on, sir.
I will not mention it. Go and do research. There are some 3 areas that question normally come out every diet. Once you study those 3 areas very well, at least you have 40 marks already or 60 marks. 3 areas of syllabus. I always tell students, my students, please don't joke public and debt management. Don't joke with budget and budget control. And don't joke with public finance management, public financial management. Under the public financial management, we talk about every single account, integrated personnel payroll information system, IPPRS. We're talking about national chart of accounts. We'll be talking about which other one? We're talking about government financial management system, GFIMS. Public financial management. There are tools of public financial management. Treasury single account, integrated personnel payroll information system, national chart of accounts, government financial information management system, GFITS. Question normally come out from those areas too, every diet. Last diet, question come out national chart of accounts. Those 3 topics, those are the 3 elements of PSAV. If you go and review past questions, those 3 topics are mentioned. Every diet question normally come out from those 3 topics. Though those 3 topics are very broad, but you need to study those 3 topics very well. I'm not saying other areas too. Question will not come out. I'm not saying question will not come out from local government. I'm not saying you should not read all the syllabus. Please get me right. I'm not saying question cannot come out on transcript. Question can come out on transcript. But for public debt, it's the most area. We must take note of public. We must put more effort on those 3 topics very well. Public debt, budget and budgetary control, public financial management system. Any other question? Any question?
Yes,
Do
please.
you have any question?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So in this one, we're given above the line and the below the line, they were separated. And also, I think expenditure and revenue. So my question is there a way, can the question come without those separation, that will just be modeled up and will be the one to sort them?
Yes, a question can come like that. If a question want to come like that, they will give you that this one is revenue, this one is expenditure. They will not tell you that this one is above the line revenue or below the line revenue. You are the one that will know that this one is above the line revenue, this one is below the line revenue. Do you understand? They will not tell you that this expenditure is above the line expenditure or below the line. You are the one that you will know. And it is very easy to know. It is very easy to know. When we see anything, refund, advance, repayment, loan, what can we classify those items?
Below the line.
Below the line. So it's very easy. It's very easy. It's very easy. It's very easy. So that is it on the transcript. I have a second question there. You go and study the second question. Please, the solution is there. Study it. So I've provided the solution, and the solution is very simple. Try to study that. So our next class is going to be based on public sector audit. After public sector audit, we are now going to move to budget and budgetary control. So our budget and budget
government calculation, sir. Local government calculation.
At the beginning of the class, I mentioned that. Did I not? I said I still have an outstanding calculation on what? Local government accounting. Do you understand? Because of local government autonomy, this time around, we should also more on local government, like I said. Because one of the current issues in Nigeria is about granting autonomy to local government. The recent judgment of Supreme Court. A question can be set on local government. Calculation question can be set or written question. Especially that calculation question I want to solve. They can test it this diet. But it's still outstanding. I will still solve it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other question? So in the absence of no question,